Hi everybody, it's Donna from donnasdreamworks.blogspot.com, and I'd like to share with you today this card and the process that was used to make this embellishment. I love this paper, and I think I mentioned it once before. It kind of led me to look at something Victorian or Oriental. So I had this fan, which is actually beaded lace, and that's what I'm going to show you today. And I thought it's a very simple card, very simple embellishment, just has the word thanks on it. Could be an anniversary card, could be for any number of things. The only embellishment on this card is the fan, but it really doesn't need anything else. These make beautiful embellishments, either for scrapbook pages or for cards. You can buy tri beads, and tri beads are these beads, and they have three sides, hence the name tri beads. Okay, any number of websites, if you just Google that word tri beads, you'll find plenty of places where you can buy them. The other thing is the lace. Now the lace, they do have what's called beading lace, and it's basically a lace that has holes in the middle big enough to accommodate your beading medium, and in this case it's a pipe cleaner. This lace happens to be about 3.5 inches long, and that's why it makes that's why it makes a nice fan. But it comes in all different sizes. It didn't happen today when I was looking quick to find one this wide, but I think perhaps even a good fabric store would have some. All you need is lace that has a hole big enough to accommodate a pipe cleaner. So I just wanted to show you briefly what the process was. Let me tell you a little story about how I came about this. A little while ago, my husband and I stopped at a yard sale. We were actually going to look for, I think it was a hose, but in the ad it also said crafting things, and of course that's you have to go to those when they say crafting things. Excuse me. And she had a couple of these fans there that she had made, and they were suspended by a little teeny golden thread at the top, and she had used them to hang on a Christmas tree. They would make a beautiful embellishment on a Christmas tree. So, like any avid crafter, when I got home, I had to just take it all apart to see how it was made. It's a very simple process. Once you have the right materials, you can embellish these any way you'd like. We're going to just start, and I've already done part of it because it takes a little bit of time, and I don't want to run out of video. You're going to start with a pipe cleaner. Now this pipe cleaner has already been cut off because I took this apart again after I got it in there. But you're going to start at the very end. You're going to put it through the first hole, and then you're going to bend this pipe cleaner over, okay? And that gives you the ability to really push this down nice and tight and get a nice tight beading. And you can see how tight this is. And from that point on, it is simply going in and out of the holes. Now, every time you go through a hole, you put on a bead. Okay? And you notice that all of the beads have the same side up. Okay? Now I've gone through the hole and put a bead on. I'm going back down through the other hole. And I'll put another bead on. Okay? And I continue back and forth, pushing it nice and tight each time. And of course, you can use various lengths of lace depending on how wide you want your project to be. Put in there, okay. You know, you really can find some fun things when you go to garage sales and yard sales. And also I found some really cute things to use for crafting at the local Goodwill stores. In the back of the stores they usually have dishes and furniture and a few things like that. Well, I found the cutest little sewing machine. It doesn't sew zigzag, it only sews straight stitch, but it can run on batteries as well as plug in. It came complete with about 50 spools of thread and all kinds of little items to go along with it. And it was, I think I paid $4. I think probably somebody bought it to use as a regular sewing machine, and it really wouldn't work for that because it doesn't have the power. Now I have not enough beads, so what I'm going to do is just gather this end of it together here, and I'm going to go back down through the last hole and then just bend my wire again. Okay, so now it looks like this, and the simple thing you do to create the fan is to take the bottom of it, pull it together. Okay, now for video's sake I'm going to use a twisty tie, but actually what you do is you just run a few stitches along the bottom. This way you'll be able to see what the finished product looks like. And there you go. And then you can proceed to embellish this any way you'd like. When you've got this all stitched, it really looks pretty. Okay, here's a couple of other ones, and you can see this one has different kind of flowers, and then this one here has like carnation flowers. Wouldn't they be pretty on a wedding card or an anniversary card? Such a simple technique, and it looks so striking when they're done. And here's the card again. How easy was that? Give it a try. You can find the products online and perhaps even at your fabric stores as far as the lace goes. I don't think I looked in Michael's. I did not see the beads in Michael's, but I did find them online very, very reasonably. Like $1.49 for 100 of them. And this takes about 28 beads for this size of a fan, but the fan doesn't need to be this big, and I probably wouldn't make them this big for a card. However, it fits fine on here, and I happen to have this one already this size, so I used it. Okay, let me just give you the rest of the items that the card was made out of. This is Stampin' Up! Cardstock, plain green. I used a black mat. This is a 5.5 by 4 1/4. I used a black mat. Cut just 1/8 of an inch smaller, not 1/4 of an inch, because I didn't really want to see a lot of the green card. And then the same with the paper. And I cut that only 1/4 of an inch also, because I wanted the paper to show that is really a beautiful piece of paper. And that is from the Case & Company specialty paper. I think I showed this to you before. A lot of pretty papers in here. Okay, so that's the project, and once you just put these mats together, I put the fan on, put a little embellishment. I mounted the fan with red sticky strip, and how I did it was really to put the red sticky strip right along the pearl, the bead line on the back, so that adheres well to the card because it is against something firm, the plastic beads. It doesn't stick too well to the lace. So, but that allows the lace to be a little free, and yet it's perfectly stuck onto the card. The only problem with this card is it's not going to be something that you can readily send through the mail, although the flower squishes down and you could get it into an envelope. It's more a card that you're going to enclose in a package perhaps, or you could mail it if you put it in a bubble wrapper. But anyway, I have fun making these cards, have fun making fans, and you'll enjoy the beading. You can use it for lots of things. Thanks, and thanks for stopping by. See you later.